Well, here's the setup. This is Newark, New Jersey. Airport is that way, not too far away. That's where I was staying at the hotel. And I was sitting here Friday, pretty much at the same spot, and was missing one piece of paper. We didn't get it until 4:45 p.m. and by that time it was too late, because that crane over there, I don't know if you can see, but that very old crane with a broken cut off cap, that's what I need. And I went to the hotel for 3 nights. The broker says he'll pay me detention, and he'll pay me for my hotel. And so if you saw my last videos, I just was trying to, you know, relax, kill some time. So I took an Uber to Manhattan twice, went there Saturday and then went there Sunday, you know, just walked on Broadway, and then I went on this High Line, which was not very interesting actually. All you see is just some buildings, and not very nice ones on both sides. There's no scenery, just like a walk, but it's nice. It's like maybe what 2-3 kilometers. I gotta watch for these guys here, you know. It's crazy traffic here. It's very easy to get into an accident. And so yeah, so I spent some time on the High Line just walking. And it's funny is that it's considered like a public park, and you have to register online. Like this security standing at the start and end of this High Line, and you cannot just, you know, wear your mask and enter. You have to, there's a code there. Like I've been using them like recently. I never used them before. You know, that code you have to scan with your camera on your phone, and it automatically takes you to the website. And for this particular High Line thing, you have to, you know, register, and you choose time, and then just enter your name and your email address. I'm guessing it's for like tracing purposes, you know. Yeah, this guy has a wrong angle. Come on, stop. As long as you're away from that white line, you know, you don't have to go too far. But some people like, well, going all the way to the wall over here. And before there was a guy here with a step deck, and I could see he had some piece that had to be lifted with a crane. And basically what's happening here is that you park like this, and it's a crazy way to get here, because you see you have to face that way, but you're coming from there, and you have to do a lot of maneuvering here to park like this. I decided to be smart. Like, this is the place, right? There's a road around it, and I thought, okay, I'll go around like this and then pull in like this and back in. And then when I turn into that street that's parallel to this one, it says exit, no exit, dead end. I'm like, what? I know there's a road here. I know this one is I thought it was like a two-way street. Basically, it turns out, now look at this guy. What the heck is he doing? Is he gonna sleep here or something? Because you don't park like this, you park like this. So now somebody will try to what? Try to go in here? I'm not sure. You park at an angle. That's what everybody does. I'm parked in a pretty much straight line, and so you cannot park two trucks here. Just one truck. Well, maybe another one could have parked, but you see, basically, yeah, what happened is that he took two spots. Because if somebody parked parallel to me, then another guy can park between him and that pole. Or maybe there's still a car in there, I don't remember. But anyway, so I go there and it's a dead end, because this street that I wanted to go on is a one-way street, so I had to back out of there and then come back here, and then I went into that one-way street, like I backed into that one-way street, and I was able to back in here. And so and then you have to go onto that one-way street, which is like, I don't know, you have to walk for 5 minutes to get to the office inside this building, but it's very far in the very corner there. And that's where I was Friday, and they gave me all the paperwork already. On the top they say load copy, so that's what you give to the forklift guy or crane guy. But like I said, we didn't have the one missing piece of paper, which is bond, T&E bond, because this came from overseas on a ship, and they don't want to pay customs here for going through US, because the final destination is Canada, and so this is going in bond through US, right? And so we couldn't get the bond in time, and finally I gave my broker, I gave him my contact that I used for my own bond before, and so he got it. He paid like 400 bucks, I think, or no, 495 US, and finally we got the bond, even though there was a bunch of mistakes on it. So they corrected them, because I noticed that like there was a wrong port of exit. You know, you have to check this, because you can get into really hot water with customs if something is wrong there. Like on this particular bond, for some reason it said basically final town or city on the US side is Erie, Pennsylvania. And I sent a message to the broker over the weekend. I said, somebody doesn't know the geography, because I said there's no Canada near Erie, Pennsylvania. Like, how do you get from Erie, Pennsylvania? Like, it's supposed to be the last town on your way to Canada, right? And I said that line over there must read Buffalo, New York. This is the last town. That's where this bond should kind of like end, and then the Canadian PARS begins, because I'm entering Canada on the regular like PARS, you know, the sticker you put in on your invoice. And so the broker says, okay, noted, we'll try to correct it. And so they corrected it this morning, sent me a new copy. I see, okay, this one is proper way. It says loading in Newark. The bond covers me between Newark and Buffalo or Niagara Falls, US, which is the same thing. All I gotta do now is just get loaded and get the heck out of here. I'm tired of this Newark. And in case somebody's wondering, so this is how they're sending me in Pennsylvania. So I'm leaving, like I'm just getting on the, I think that's 78. So I'm just getting on 78, and I'm crossing into PA, and then I'm following 78 for 4 miles to 33 north. Then I stay on that one for 22 miles, and then it turns into 209, which is pretty much the same 33. And after 2 miles here, 3 miles here, I'm hooking up with 80 west, which takes me, after 9 miles, takes me to 380 north to Scranton. And then I stay on that one for 24 miles, then I hit 84 west, 4 miles on that one, and then I hit 81 north, and I stay on 81 north 45 miles to New York line. The crane died. That piece, they say 9 feet, you know, sometimes I forget how small feet are. And we flip the axle. You see now it's facing, it's sitting like that, so it doesn't take as much space. But it was a bitch to tie down because it kept going, you know, forward and backwards because it doesn't have any it has no emergency brake. The crane is dead. Son of a gun. Like I told you guys, with these cheap loads, well, are relatively cheap, it's always such a waste of time, you know. All right, I think now we're good. So this sits on the boards. This chain pulling this way, this chain pulling this way, so it should not be able to roll backwards. But at first the problem was, I told the guy I want to lift like this, right, with the front sitting on the boards, and it's not easy to move this with a forklift. And when he put it down, this was down, so it was sitting on these. And I said, okay, let me put the boards in. He lifted it, I put the boards under this, but it was looking like this in the sky. And guess what? Once I tried to tighten the chains here, it started lifting. It started lifting in the back. I said, no, it's not gonna work. I cannot make it tight. And you see, and of course, he bent this. That's why I always say, don't put it on the freaking back, you know? See, he bent the plate. Just a little bit, it's okay. We're gonna straighten it like this. This plate is always in the way, you know. When I'm moving this flip axle, that's my main concern, is to hit this part. See? So this one is straight. This one. Oh, check this out. This one has no light. That's not good. I mean, no cable. I hope he didn't. Well, when I'm at the KID trailer for inspection, I'll ask him to replace this, put a new one in. So anyway, so we're back to the waiting game, but my piece is over there. I should probably go and measure it and see how much space, because I want it to be in the middle because it's very heavy, and that's my middle. So pretty much I want it to be as close as possible, probably, to the axle. Hold on, let me grab my like, what's wrong with this crane? Why we cannot use this crane? It looks good, almost brand new, probably 40-50 years old. Okay, I learned a very important piece of information. You guys should know this. I said, hey guys, did you check the fuel level? You see, like the starter works, they try to start it, it doesn't want to catch, you know. But of course I was joking about the fuel, because but that's what some, you know, idiots, they would ask like the most obvious thing, then they think that other guys couldn't check it. And so the guy started laughing. I said, hey, how old is this thing? The mechanic. And he points to the crane operator and he says, probably that guy knows. And that guy says 74. And I said, 74 what, like 74 years old? He says, no, it was built in 1974. So now we're doing some, you know, just exercising the brain. So 2021 minus 1974, so 47 years old. So this crane is 47 years old. I never even heard about this P&H. I don't know what's P&H. Like Peter Harry. That's old. Well, they kept pushing me, and so finally the guy said, okay, go put your truck where these boards are. Okay. You see that guy is loading. I moved these a bunch of times. You know, kind of like aluminum logs. Fun, easy load because they're smooth, but you have to top them. I don't know if they top them here, but I know in Canada they always insisting on topping them. That's, and you see, you see where that cab over sits? So that's where I was sitting. That's Navy. I was sitting like that, you see, and now it's already, check this out, check the time, 1 o'clock. So 1 o'clock, I've been here since 8:30. And my broker says, keep note of the time in, time out. Now usually, you know, you don't get any detention with heavy loads. You don't get detention because, you know, the price is usually pretty high, like the rate wise, right? It's usually pretty high. So when I do a quote, I just use 8 hours. 8 hours extra for loading, unloading, and border crossing. But quite often that's not enough. All right, I'm finally finished chaining, tarping. If only I can get out of here before one of these guys hits me. I'm not sure. Not sure what this guy is doing. he probably needs to drop the container somewhere there. No, I think it's just there was a girl, because that's a one-way street. That's actually how I came in. If you come in like this and then you turn right, yeah, you can get to this warehouse, but you to this side, but you cannot go around because it says dead end, because that street on that side, it's such a, you know, not a very smart design. The street on that side, you see, like this street, it's a two-lane street, right? But this road on the other side of the warehouse is one way only going this way. And so basically, if you turn right at the corner of this warehouse, you see a sign that says dead end. And of course it's not a dead end, but because that road is one-lane road, there's nothing you can do. And so all these guys are backing out of there. So first there was a girl with an empty chassis. All right, here we go. So I'm moving on 7 axles. And there was no time to record loading, but basically they have only one forklift that can lift this 66,000 pounds. Like a regular container forklift cannot lift it. And so they have a one where it has extremely long wheelbase, and I'm guessing it has a bigger counterweight. And even that one, it came in and it left about 2 feet. It left about 2 feet. Yeah, she's just sitting in the middle of the road checking her messages, you know. This was the girl I was talking about. She was trying to back out of there, and she looked very nervous. And so even that one could not lift it. Like he left about like 3 feet of space between the base of the forks and the box, right? And so when he tried lifting it, his rear tires went into the air. You know? And so they had to drop it, and he went closer to the box, like pretty much hitting it. And then he was able to lift it, and his tires were still on the ground. But if not so much, you know, BS with the paperwork, this would be like a easy load, because it's just overweight. I like loads like this when it's only overweight, it's not sticking out. So pretty much it's a step deck load. But you must have a serious step deck, something with, you know, 3 axles. Uh-oh, now we're in trouble here. But at least I got, we agreed with the broker, so he's paying me 800 Canadian for the weekend. And then he says, keep tabs on your time today. And I said, okay. So I've been here since 8:30. I'm leaving at 3. So what do you think? And he says, okay, add $200 Canadian. And so I changed the 800 on my invoice to 1,000 Canadian, and that's my detention for basically loading. So loading took 2 days plus the weekend, right? The full Friday I wasted here, and the full Monday. And this is actually a clear scenario when the shipper has to pay detention, right? Because they're using a very old crane, and the crane broke down. You know, it's not like some BS excuse sometimes truckers, oh, you know, they told me to wait, but maybe the guy showed up, you know, 2 hours before his appointment, something like that. Wow, this is crazy. Look, 2 lanes, turn left in here. And look how many, like, this container trucks as far as the eye can see. Wow. Delayed green. So you see, these guys have green light, I don't have the green light, so it's the priorities for them. So the goal for today is getting alive out of this area, because this is crazy container port area. Okay, I think this guy is slowing down. We should be, yeah, and we are green. These guys are always in a rush, you know, because I guess they're paid by how many containers they move. So they drive like race car drivers. Me, on the other hand, the slower I drive, the more money I make. All right, we need 78. So actually it's a relatively easy getting out of here. You see, that's why I'm in this lane, because the right lane exit only. I learned this last time when I was here on Friday. Well, I've been here before. I think once I loaded somewhere here, like in this yard I just passed. But there's a lot of shipping companies here. They act as brokers between the port and the customer. You see, so normally, like if I go to Baltimore, right? I go to Baltimore, I just go to the port, right? There's shipping companies right there. But here, these guys use their own trucks because, you know, they're a trucking company and a warehousing company. So they use their own trucks to bring the load from the port to their yard. So it's a bit confusing. Why I cannot pick up directly at the port, right? So maybe the port is too busy or something?
400 meters, keep left.
Alright, so yeah, I just need to... The last thing I want is get lost here, because my hotel was somewhere on the other side there. But getting in and out was a nightmare. And there's no stores, you have to take a cab, you know, everywhere. Like that hotel where I was staying. Okay, so this is see, Highway 1, Highway 9.
Continue for 1 kilometer.
but this one, okay, that's frontage road. We don't want that. So yeah, we need 78. West, east. You see, I need west. So we're gonna keep left. I think it's gonna be 2 lanes. Yeah, they're gonna be 1 lane. Yeah, you see that one? That's, I think that's east or west. I don't remember. I think I'm going straight over here. Yeah. You see, this is 78 east. Yeah, I was right. So 1 lane goes to east, 2 lanes go to 78 west. That's it. So now here I can relax a little bit because it's gonna be, it's just a freeway all the way to Delaware River and Pennsylvania border.
In 200 meters, keep left at the fork. Follow signs for I-78 Express West, Garden State Parkway.
Okay, 78 West Express.
Keep left at the fork.
I can go onto Express. I don't need local exits. And sometimes they put a sign on that says, you know, no trucks or something like that, but this one has nothing. So we should be good. So the Flying J, which is the goal for today, is
Continue for 94 kilometers.
260 kilometers, which is about 120.
Fast north via I-80 West, which saves 14 minutes.
Yep.
Free to stay on the current route.
About 160 miles. So basically 3 hours. Stop within an hour, of course, to check my chains. I'm a bit worried about the flip axle that we loaded on the deck. But right now all I want is get out of this mess. And so yeah, see, now I'm driving with 3 axles on the trailer, so one of the flip axles is down. And guess what? Right away I see the trailer slightly, not too much, but slightly going that way. The back is when my front axle is like this from the line, the rear tire is probably like this. Alright, I found a rest area here, not too far from PA line. So this is still New Jersey, but let's go check the chains. I was afraid this thing will start moving, but no. Wow, it says from here it's only 179 kilometers, but it's gonna be pretty slow because see, if I'm turning from 78 on 33 north. I don't remember that road. We'll see what happens down there. All right, let me just check my emails. One new email. Somebody has a load from Georgia to Quebec. So Georgia is too far to go empty. Man, Quebec, whenever I go there, I always end up driving back empty. How did this guy end up here? Like, cars are supposed to go on the other side? No, actually, wait a second. This is a very weird rest area. Very small. No, you always feel better when you check your chains, everything is good.
Continue on I-78 west for 15 kilometers.
Look at this guy. What's your hurry? Oh, check this out. Now that guy with cars just took this exit. And the exit speed is 20 miles an hour. So he was flying like there's no tomorrow. And I turned on 33. And it's not even a US highway, it's a PA 33. But so far so good. Divided, 4 lanes, so 2 lanes in each direction. I knew it. I'm climbing a huge hill. I'm on I-80. I made a mistake, I said 88. It's not 88, it's I-80. I-80 West. But I'm not gonna be on this one too long because I'm jumping on 380 towards Scranton. So 14 kilometers, 9 miles, and then we're leaving this and going north on 380. This is the last hill before the truck stop exit, and the sun is already behind the hills. So this is good timing. So it's 6:42. I just stopped a couple of times, right, to check the chains. And all I had to eat today was, if you can call that food, was 1 cup of coffee. Nothing else. I don't know, because somehow I didn't think about this. I should have yesterday, right? I was in New York City. I saw a bunch of stores, but for some reason I forgot to buy food for today, because I thought, you know, all the paperwork is ready. I thought I would just go there, get loaded a couple of hours, and then I'll stop at the next truck stop out of New Jersey. But I spent whole day there, so I feel like eating a horse, you know. And last time I was here, Denny's was still closed because of COVID, but maybe now it's open, I don't know. If not, I'll have to use the deli counter. So the crate has been behaving, no shifting, no surprises. The axle, the flip axle in the back, is also sitting pretty good. I hope they still have spots in there, because it's already 6:45. It's a busy truck stop. And I'm at a quarter tank. I'm at a quarter tank of fuel. And I'm looking.
600 meters, turn left onto Pennsylvania 848 north.
And I'm looking at the sign. Check out. Lots of deer. This is the second time I see them. They're right next to the road. See, the sun is setting and the deer is coming out to play. Okay, so over there is some crazy price, like $3.85 or something a gallon. Oh, over here it's $3.31. Perfect. Oh, well, that's cash, but still it's way cheaper, like 50 cents per gallon cheaper. So I'm gonna come here.
Pennsylvania 848 north, then turn left onto State Route 2081.
So yeah, I'm gonna stop at Flying J because of the food, but I'm gonna come here for fuel.
Take the next left onto
here they have McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts. Hoping for a spot in here. Is that a spot? I think it's a spot. That's it. Let's call it a day. 10 to 7. boy, today was a pretty difficult day, but mostly, you know, stressful. Just sitting there in the truck, waiting, afraid that somebody will hit you, you know. Very busy property over there. And I just got an email from my freight broker. They already put the money into my account. See, that's one good thing about dealing with Canadians, because they can just go to my bank. And again, in Canada we have this 4 or 5 big banks, so each town has branches of these banks, right? And so they can go to any branch of my bank and just deposit the money into my account. I send them my deposit you know, form that shows the account, transit account, institution number, stuff like that. And so it's much easier than wire transfer, you know, so very fast. And we agreed that, yeah, they would pay me after loading, before delivery, and that's what they did. So I'm a rich guy today for a couple of days. All right, thanks for watching. We'll continue tomorrow. I don't know, shall I show you guys tomorrow maybe the border crossing? I don't know, because from here it's pretty simple. It's 81. Actually, I gotta check my New York permit, because I didn't check the route, you know. It's still heavy, right? So they probably again will send me on this 2063. They never send me straight on I-90. I wish because I would pay extra, you know. I would just go on the toll highway, and it's so much faster than going on these back roads. But right now I don't know. I'll know that when I print out my New York permit. Okay, ciao.